Hi, my name is Mary Jones, Executive Director of the Boulder Junction Chamber of Commerce, and today we're checking out Boulder Junction's thriving art scene with Bill Caraffa at Firemouth Pottery and Gallery. Let's go check out his work. So Bill, tell me about the history of your gallery here.
Okay, when I got out of grad school, my wife and I were young. We didn't have any kids. We weren't afraid of anything because we were young enough that we didn't know that we couldn't do stuff. And we both like life in rural America. Let's just move somewhere and see what happens. So we got a map out, drew some circles of friends' houses, parents' houses. For me, different art associations, and started looking at circles. Where would they overlap? And they overlapped a little bit south of this area, and because I was already familiar with it, it was like, oh, well, let's drive up and check it out. I had a sweet spot in my heart for this area, and we drove around and literally found a shack in the woods, and I'm like, Kath, what would you live in? Would you live in a place like that? And we stopped and we looked at it, and it wasn't as bad as it looked from the road. But we found out who owned it, and it was vacant, and we rented it, and just kind of, boom, we're moving up. And I built a kiln, started making pots. We were doing art fairs, putting work in other people's galleries, and we had a little building at home that we converted into a showroom. And we got started, and then after doing that for a number of years, we decided, wonder if we could do retail, and just instead of being gypsies, kind of put down roots and actually be legitimate. You know, we were both a little leery about that. Can we be legitimate business people? That's a lot of structure. And we tried it, and here we are. We've been in this shop now over 30 years, so, and in business up here since '77. So I guess we're either mildly successful or else too stupid to know the difference.
What is the best part of owning your business here in Boulder Junction?
You know, it's fun. I enjoy the people. I remember back in the early 90s, Boulder was selected as maybe the friendliest town in Wisconsin, and it always has been. And over the years having a business, we made a lot of customers become friends, kind of transitions, where now we get people who have come in for 30 years. Their kids were little and would come over and watch me throw. Now their kids are bringing their kids in, or even grandkids, and just the transition of watching an area evolve from the time I was a kid to now. It's been an interesting experience. I mean, nobody prepares you for life. You just kind of experiences it as it goes along. And Boulder has been a nice place to do that. We've felt a part of a community. I mean, just the fact that businesses would talk to each other. Hey, I'm going to put this in my shop. And okay, you're going to put that, I'll put this. And you know, to kind of keep diversity and stuff. It's just been a friendly place. Kath and I try to maintain that friendly. I mean, we're kind of in an amenities, taking care of people business anyway. And a big part of our business too is education. People come in and they look at a gallery. What makes something special? They don't know unless they've been an art major and have some kind of real association with fine art, fine craft. What makes it special? So it's aesthetics. It's human. And that's really what art and life is about.
You kind of touched on it a little bit, but when customers visit your gallery, what can they expect?
Well, obviously, when things aren't, I mean, pieces aren't all the same. I don't make the same thing over and over again. Nobody in here does. Even the printmakers, we have prints. They're not reproductions. They didn't paint a painting, take a photograph and have a printer make 10,000. Each one's done by hand. They consider them experimental printers too, so they'll ink them different, they'll use different papers, they'll layer them differently, so even the same image will turn out completely different. Same way with pots, you know. I don't try to make carbon copies, but things evolve even from year to year. I'm working with clay, which comes out of the ground. Mother Nature didn't put the same stuff here as over there. Well, the mine was over there last year, now it's over here. I don't have the same stuff. So I got to roll with the punches. And so things change, they look different. They are constantly in evolution that I sometimes love and sometimes hate. But that's the process. And I love the process. Otherwise, you'd get bored. Art isn't boring.
It is not.
You know. Hi, I'm Bill Carafa, and I am Boulder Junction.